What do you think is the story of the World Cup so far, Michael?
Well, the story of the World Cup so far, I think VAR, to a certain extent, the video assistant referee is the story of the World Cup. It's the star that nobody knows. We're actually seeing some sensible calls made by refs in this World Cup. There are a couple of missed calls. There are a few teething problems. But VAR is really making a massive impact. And I think some of the big players, I think there was a moment in that opening round, Cristiano Ronaldo, that free kick against Spain, right at the end, he has announced himself as the GOAT. He's even grown a little beard to prove it.
And he scored his fourth goal of the tournament to get Portugal 3 points, and which, again, is what puts a little bit of pressure on Spain here today, needing a result, to use your phrase.
But we're still very early, Rich. We can all get overexcited. It's still very early in the scheme of a World Cup. And I think we're going to see we've almost had a surplus of narrative with the host nation, Russia, doing so well. So many headed goals, like a ridiculous number of headed goals, ridiculous number of goals from set pieces. This ball that flies through the air at almost rocket-like speeds. It's been very good so far. It's been very good football.
Well, and then the header from Harry Kane in the 91st minute the other night against Tunisia. Can Kane run for office, do you think, right now?
Kane doesn't need to run for office. We've still got a House of Lords. He could probably be invited into the monarchy at this point. I think the ratings for that game in Britain dwarf the ratings for the royal wedding. They'd probably let him have Meghan Markle at this point and just move into the palace.
Just the scenes of the exhale that he provided, I guess, because 1 point wouldn't have been the end of the world, as you'd like to say it. As you were saying, it's early.
It would have been fine.
But mentally, though, mentally,
obviously, that win makes a massive difference. A goal, Harry Kane always there in the right place. How they're leaving him unmarked in the box, it just is. It's staggering. A great goal, a better finish than it looked. Harder goal to go and score. And this young England team, this team of babies, Rich, this literal team of babies are holding the hopes of the nation on their backs. I love the scenes. I don't know if you saw them when they cut to the scenes in London at the viewing parties of people going insane.
Oh, yeah.
And the first thing, Roger and I looked at each other immediately and said, wow, there's going to be some unattractive babies conceived across England tonight.
Fantastic. We'll check back in 10 months, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Unattractive children. Eyes very close together. Ears all over their heads.
The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.